When Judy Wood's sister, Diana Parent, died at age 56, the family knew what she wanted: a simple cremation and a celebration. But when Wood went to Victoria Greenlawn Funeral Home in Windsor, Ontario, to finalize arrangements Parent had prepaid before her death, she was surprised to find her sisters planning didn't cover any funeral services, just the cremation, urn and a burial spot. "We were shocked," Wood says. Staff at the funeral home, a branch of Toronto-based Arbor Memorial Incorporated, recommended a funeral package they said included everything Wood needed. Once they finished going through all the services included in the package, the bill was close to $10,000, on top of the $4,000 Parent had already prepaid to an Arbor funeral home. "I didn't want to seem like I was asking a lot of questions about money," Wood says. Wood and her family looked at the bill and tried to keep costs down, canceling items like memorial cards and a catered reception. But the funeral still ended up costing them an additional $4,300. An investigation by CBC's Marketplace and the Toronto Star has found that Wood's experience is indicative of a pattern of assertive sales tactics and upselling taking place at some funeral homes run by Arbor Memorial, the largest Canadian provider of funeral and cemetery services. Wood says one service staff insisted on was identification of the body, even though her sister had previously been identified in the hospital. Arbor says this is company policy to protect the family and the funeral home, but there is no law requiring identification and many funeral homes don't insist on it. "Why would we identify her? We were with her when she passed away in the hospital, we were holding her hand," she says. Staff strongly recommended embalming the body too, Wood says, at a cost of $525 and a further $200 for a preparation room. "It was terrible, it was almost like she died a second time," Wood says of the viewing of the embalmed body. "We saw her, and we didn't want to do that." Arbor Memorial has revenues of over $140 million annually and a 10% share of the Canadian market, with branches in every province except Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland and Labrador. Wood's sister, Diana, made the original arrangements at an Arbor branch in London, Ontario. It owns and operates 92 funeral homes, 41 cemeteries and 28 crematoria, and it's expanding. After hearing complaints from several Canadians, Marketplace and the Toronto Star sent reporters with hidden cameras posing as customers into 6 Arbor Memorial locations in Ontario, including the Windsor facility Wood used. The journalists said they had a terminally ill aunt and wanted to make arrangements for a simple cremation and possibly a closed casket service. They experienced upselling or misleading sales tactics at all 6 locations. Staff at several Arbor locations insisted that a $1,195 plain wooden casket would not be appropriate for a funeral service. The undercover journalists were told it was not painted, was simply an identification container or had inappropriate handles. Staff at those locations instead directed the undercover reporters to rent a traditional hardwood casket at a cost of more than $2,200 a day.